Hello, everyone. I'm Zelda Kelly with Seeing Crime, and welcome to episode 34. We are here with Ashley Benefield again. She has now made 2 additional filings as of August 9th. She was found guilty for manslaughter on July 30th. Some lesser counts. She is awaiting a sentencing hearing, I believe later in October. But some things have been brought to the attention of the court. She has filed 2 additional motions. Now, I'm not going to get into the details because I want to be here to see what's going on, and I know you do too. But I'm going to give you the rundown for those of you who don't know what those motions are. The first motion is she wants to, or not she, the defense wants the jurors to be interviewed. I think that's fair because there were 2 jurors. Number one, juror 15, they are saying had a long history of DV and did not disclose it. And I mean, serious legal issues that involved a minor child. I mean, it was serious. They want to get a better understanding of this. Evidently, this juror did not tell the truth. That was number one. Another very interesting situation. There was a juror who actually snuck a flip phone into the jury room and was giving her brother, who happened to be in the chat of the Law and Crime Network during the deliberations from the jury, and was giving him a play-by-play as to what was going to be happening, and he was there disclosing it into the chat. That is juror misconduct. So that needs to be addressed. So that is included in one motion. The second motion is she wants to disqualify the judge, who is the Honorable, so to speak, Honorable Stephen White. Now, Judge White, they are saying, was biased during a stand your ground ruling and also showed a lot of bias during the trial without details. And I remember some of those instances. So what they're asking for is for him to be disqualified. They actually want a new trial. They actually want these jurors to be disqualified, and they want to, I mean, this is literally a can of worms that they have opened, and rightfully so. I'm going to say that juror situation is very concerning, and it should be very concerning. But let's get into it. Now we have on deck the Kipper deck. We're going to be reading that as a foundation. We have the vintage tarot. We have here in the corner, peeking through, the hidden deck by Bicycle. And in the Hand of Fate, we have the old style LeNormand deck. So I'm going to put this to the side. We're going to put everybody at the side, and welcome and welcome and welcome. And to all of you, I want to thank you so much. I read your comments. And some of you, I'm going to tell you, I just get so tickled. I have to chuckle. I mean, we're here and enjoying ourselves, even though this is not some subjects that we need to be laughing about. But you know what? We have to laugh. We have to laugh, right? I mean, tears don't get it. So while you're watching me shuffle, please do me a favor and like and subscribe to this channel, because it really does help, and I appreciate you so much. And yes, I will be going live, and I will be announcing it. So I will be going live very soon. All right? So now we're going to be laying the foundation with this Kipper deck. Let's go. Despair. Oh boy. Yes, bless her heart. So the dates we want to watch here, and I believe that well, I'm not going to say who that is quite yet. That could be one of 2 people. But remember the dates? Pardon me. Oh, wow. Was July 30th is when she was found guilty, and now August 9th was for the 2 filings. So let's see if something comes up with those 2 dates. Okay, a mature male. Gotcha. All right, so now I know who these cards are telling us about. I'm going to lay out some more. A mature woman. High honor. Your honor. Occupation. And unexpected income. Okay, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to let's lay this foundation and basically say this. Let's pull these down for a minute. This is Ashley's attorney. This is the judge. This is a very touchy subject with this DV, and the behavior of the judge and the behavior of especially the prosecution. I still can't get over that. And this has just been a complete nightmare. One of the statements that I guess Miss Ashley said in the motion is she is very concerned about getting a fair and unbiased sentence. I would be too. Thief. You know, we can have theft of a lot of things. Identity, life, material, spiritual, physical, and mental. And I believe that that's what's going on right now with Ashley. Some of these things were taken from her because we have some bad actors in the jury. And this judge is very questionable, and I believe that's why this card is beside the judge card, which we have designated. There is a mature woman here. Now, I don't know if that is, I think it's one of the jurors. We're just going to say that. A high honor is for this attorney. He is the one who basically has come forward and said, this isn't right. He could have let it go. A lot of people would have. They would have not fought for Ashley, but he's taking the honorable route, and he's making sure that this gets filed. Thank goodness for him. Occupation. That is telling us that this is her attorney. This occupation means that this is someone who has worked hard for an outcome. So that is the attorney. And right now, unexpected income. Well, this was definitely an unexpected income of documentation. And I'm going to go on, let me say this. I am going to go out on a limb and say we got more coming. There's going to be more documentation. And you know what? I think we do have more documentation because in that one particular motion to disqualify the judge, he would not allow evidence for her former husband to be admitted into evidence, into court. And it was definitely evidence that would, I believe, acquitted her. So yes, we have unexpected income of documentation. Now, I don't know Miss Ashley's birthday. I looked, and you know what? It's okay. We don't need to know everyone's birthday because, first of all, I'm not an astrologer. And it does help if we have an indication of when someone is born, but we don't need it, and especially in this particular case. So I'm asking angels, guides, and spirits, we're asking if you can give us information on what is going to be happening with Miss Ashley and these motions. Now, we've had some cards come out. We have 4 come out. That is the Page of Swords, Look at this card. Now, for all of you who watch during Karen Read, what do I say this card is? Tell me in the chat. Okay, so I can't hear you, so I'm going to tell you. Here's the big hint. This, I always say, is a jury card. Why? Because this person is voided out. And I'm going to say this, okay? Quite frankly, and I do teach the tarot, quite frankly, the reason that this person is voided out because we are not supposed to be concentrating on this person, but concentrating on what is before us. And just as a little side trip here, this card means that you're making decisions, but you have to make a qualified decision based on facts. That's what this means. And sometimes the facts can get emotional, but it's telling us to make sure that we really look into what it is that we are seeking. Why? Because you see, some of these, what's filled in the cups, well, we would know not to take that one. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that one has got a little hidden surprise. But take a look at this one. That one doesn't look so bad. But yet, look at the face on that cup. You know, sometimes we just have to dig a little deeper. And there's another face on the cup with those flowers. Kind of creepy, yes, but I like to say that this is a jury card because the jury is to remain anonymous, and we are expecting them to do a good job and deal with the facts. And in this particular case, they didn't do a good job. And this is the Lover's card, which can indicate that this, first of all, this is also a Gemini card, but the Lover's card can and does many times say, yes, they are lovers. However, aside from looking chilly, they need to have some clothes on there. But you see in this particular card, and in all these universal decks, there is a mountain between them. And you see right here is fire on this side, and then there is a snake on this side. There, she's looking up at the angel to get some direction and guidance, but he is looking to her. So you see, there's a little bit of confusion there. And there can be a mountain between. When you're in a relationship, there still can be things that you need to work on. And this represented Ashley and Doug's marriage. There was a lot of fire behind him. And even though, you know, we have a divine presence over us, sometimes, you know, people just act out. And so that's a nice way for me to say it, but that's what's going on. And then here we have this 10 of Swords, which resulted in Doug expiring and no longer being with us. Now, this card also means, even though there's dire straits, and even though it seems like it's complete and done and over, in another situation in which we have right here, like with these filings, it can literally mean, okay, that part of the situation is over, but there's light in the horizon, and we have to look forward. We have to look forward. You know what? I want to show you that particular card. If you'll please just indulge me for a moment. I will look for that because I want you to see what that real colorful card looks like. And there is the one for the lovers. Do you see it now? Do you see what I'm talking about? And now I'm also going to show you. We'll put this over here. Sorry about that. I should have had this. Well, I didn't know. Hello. Do you see there is this brightness on the horizon, which means that, well, Doug is not going to reappear, obviously. But it means this situation will reappear. And unfortunately, Miss Ashley may have to dredge through this again. Let's hope not. But for her sake, she's willing to go through it again because there is, I mean, this is serious. These jurors stuff, and quite frankly, what the heck is with it with all these jurors and all this other stuff going on, right? I mean, that's another video. But I wanted to show you this card. And then I want you to see this card, the Gemini card. You see, that's a little clearer, isn't it? Yeah. Maybe I need to use these cards again for a while. But you see, like, other than them needing clothes, they have a situation here, and that was Ashley and Doug. They definitely had a situation in which they needed help. Ashley went for it, didn't seem to get it. So give me a second. I'll put these cards away. Thank you so much for indulging me. I love you guys. Okay, so now we have this set out, and I'm going to take, I think, 2 or 3 more. Oops, I have my cards upside down, and that's my fault because I don't read reverse. All right, so there's the King of Wands, and we know about the King of Wands and how he's got the little salamander there who's the spirit animal of the wands. But you see how he's sitting there at the ready to just jump in action and help and make things right. We're going to keep that in mind. There's the Hermit card. I know what all of you are saying and who reminds you of this, but no, it's not that reading. we're going to talk about that in a second. And the World card. Okay. Now, getting ready to jump into action. This particular card, and for those of you who don't know, the Hermit is also a Virgo card. And you see that little star in the lantern? That is the 6-sided star of Solomon, which means there's a lot of wisdom that's going to come from this card. He is on solid ground, but you know why there's snow there? Is because he is at the absolute top. He's not lost. He's navigating. And do you see... Let me tell you something, my darlings. Do you see these 2 wands? Well, you see what is laying on top of this? This is a jury, and this is a poll. So what are they wanting to do? They are wanting to poll the jury, interview the jury. That's where this is coming from, and there's wisdom. You see, that's why his little beard is quite full. There's wisdom and understanding. I like to think of King Solomon when I see this card because there has to be common sense. The World card. There is spiritual, divine overlooking in every corner. Ashley has a very good chance of getting what she's asking for. Now, obviously, this is going to go back to or in front of Stephen White, and he may not agree. And at that point, then it's an appeal. That's what happens. And this will go on. Now, I want to say, if he does agree and he signs off on this and there is a new judge, they will go back to the new judge and ask for a new bail, and they will make bail for Miss Ashley until they can get all this rectified. I hope that happens for her sake. Okay, so now, let's see. The Hand of Fate, we have these old-style LeNormands. I like these. These are like the Piatnik. Piatnik, Piatnik deck which is 36 cards in 6 different languages. And I hit, you know, I need to clap every time I hit the camera. Or snap my fingers or something because, oh my, I hit this camera more than not. All right, my darlings, here we go. Okay, and this card wanted to make an appearance. So we're going to see what it is, and it is this. Oh, a letter. Hello. That's what this is. Okay, now we're going to pick one more. We're going to go through these lilies. Funny that it's on top of the card. Okay, we're going to get there. Come on, Zelda. The heart, yes. And the sun. What do these mean? First of all, the letter. This means the motions. And this is the 6, 7 of spades. And the number 27. This letter is an indication that there is a lot of thought that went into this. And boy, if you would read those motions, I mean, I had to go back a minute and say, wait a minute, what? Because as you know, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a doctor. I'm a lowly card reader who just takes the information from the cards. But this means that there was a lot of thought that was put into those motions, and there certainly was. Interestingly enough, you see this fellow right there? Let's see if I can get it to focus correctly. That is the King of Spades. Well, the King of Spades in the Cartomancy deck is the Virgo. And isn't that amazing how it lands right on top of the other Virgo card, which means that we're on track with that. Number 30 and the lilies. To me, the lilies are in commemorance. They are something that is, you commemorate. And many funeral services have lilies. But that means that I don't know what Doug Benefield's birthday is. It doesn't really matter, but it would be interesting if he did turn up to be a Virgo. Here we have the heart with a King of Hearts, and this is for a water sign. Now, I'm going to say this. I really do believe that Ashley loved Doug. I do not have a doubt in that. And I think that's what also makes this very difficult. I'm not in a position where I can judge, and I would not, because first of all, I wasn't there, and even if I was there, people react in different ways in DV situations. I also am a victim of DV a few years ago, and you keep up a certain facade in front of family and friends, and you live a different life behind closed doors, and that's all I can say. Everyone is different, and the weird part of it is you still love that person who's causing you problems, and you get to the point where you wonder what you're doing wrong. It is a total messed up situation, and I certainly cannot judge. I see where there's been a lot of people judge her, and I cringe at that. Anyway, I digress. Here is the Ace of Diamonds, card number 31. And, 30. Did I have a 30? Yes. That is when they had the verdict late night on July 30th. 31st, many public media outlets started reporting on this. But this is a timing card, and this also tells me, I don't know how quickly this is going to go, but I do believe that, they're going to have to, because I think they're on day number 6 or something like this, and I don't know what Florida law is, but they have a certain amount of time where they have to answer. And I'm sure that the prosecution is crafting something, and I'm sure that the judge, I mean, this is not going to be a skippity-doo-dah deal. This is going to be, they're going to fight for this. The sun is here, shining and coming up. So that for me tells me this is the right thing for Ashley and her defense team to do. Definitely. Let's get the bicycle cards, because yes, this is the jail card and that's where Ashley is right now. But my darlings, it doesn't mean she's going to stay. She's looking at 30 years. This would be definitely a good thing for her to do, is to file these motions, and my hat's off to these to this defense attorney. And wow, these cards, spades are not the best cards in the deck. But you know what? This isn't the best and ideal situation either, because this is very frustrating. This can work out where your imagination is starting to go wild and you're starting to plan and prepare for the absolute worst, and it's not been the absolute worst yet, even though you know you should plan for the absolute worst. This particular card, ooh, you've heard me talk about it before, and I'm going to talk about it again, but this particular card here, also not good. This card, centuries ago, the Four of Clubs, was meant to be a card where they said that you kind of get in bed with the devil. And look what cards that was on top of. So she was in a very not so good situation. This card was referred to centuries ago as the devil's bedpost. You can see the four bedposts. It means that, yeah, you're in a bad situation, and it's rare that you can get out. I need to pull some more cards on this, because this is describing her situation and what she is facing right now without those motions being in place. There is a timing card, which is very good, and also, okay. See, this is also, because this is something that Ashley can't get over. I think she still refers to him as her husband, and that would be him. So there, my darling. Okay, one more card. A third-party interference, and I'm just going to say that interference is especially jurors. You know I can't help it. A privileged lady. Yes, Ashley really was privileged. Family room. Did it happen in the family room? I'm not sure. It did happen in the... You see? See, this is the whole thing with Ashley. She very much is... She still refers to him as, you know, her husband, as though they are still together. It's very painful. Okay, so based on these cards, what am I seeing? I'm seeing that this is going to be obviously a big fight with the prosecution. I'm seeing that this will go on and most likely go to an appellate court. From there, we will look from court, or we will look at that. But I do believe she's going to be successful in getting the motion for the jurors. I'm not sure. Pardon me, I'm not sure. You know, I drink Diet Coke. Okay, so anyway, I'm not sure if she's going to get the motion to disqualify the judge. That may, I don't know the law. That may have to go to an appellate court. I'm not sure. I'm hoping so. But this is serious enough that she should. And the law says you cannot have a biased judge who thinks that you're guilty before you even get there. And he put that in writing during the stand your ground motion. I'm going to say she's got a very good chance. But this judge is not going to like to be called out, and he's been called out. So let's see what the prosecution files. I do feel in the end she will be successful. And I want to leave it at that because I'm going to tell you, I believe that she's looking at probably 15 plus years. She's a first-time offender, obviously, but because she had that weapon, that was, I think that's the one that just kind of bumped it up there. So we'll see. We'll see. But yes, and once again, oh, well, yeah, here we go. See, she's looking at 30 years. So do I feel that she will be successful? Eventually, yes, but she's got a long road to hoe. Let's see. Will she remain in jail? Until she gets either a new bail hearing or a new judge or somebody in there, she will remain in jail. I think that she is going to remain in jail for a little while until they can get all this sorted out. This is Doug as well. So, hey, Doug is hovering over this reading, believe me. So let's stay tuned. And let's see what's going on here, because I'm going to tell you, this is going to get very interesting. And I do believe that she will be successful in getting those jurors taken care of, for sure. I wish her all the absolute best. And you know, if any of you know of any DV, I'm going to put the DV hotline in the description. I want you all to be well and safe. And you know what? If you can subscribe, that would help me so much. And we're going to keep watching Miss Ashley here, and I'll bring it over to you as soon as I get it. So thank you so much for everyone being here. I know this is a little long, but I just wanted to basically say hello, what's going on, and you know what, I gotta leave, I gotta do this. Yeah, there's a lot of regret there, and she does have a lot of regret. We'll see what's going on, my darlings. Thank you so much for being here, and hang in there because YouTube has another video that they think you want to see. I think you do too. Next time I'll see you for episode 35. Wow, we're clipping them down. Thanks a lot. I love you guys. And I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.